Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Ancient Andes podcast. I'm your host, Jesse Wolf, and it is such an honor to be here with you on Sunday, October 24th. I'm coming to you guys from beautiful, colorful Colorado. It is just unbelievable this time of year. All of the colors on the trees, all of the wildlife. It's a really special time to be here in this part of the world, so I'm very grateful. Today, we are going to be talking about Machu Picchu. This is the infamous 15th century citadel located in the eastern Cordillera of southern Peru on a 7,970-foot mountain range. We'll call it 8,000 feet. How about that? It is located in the Machu Picchu district within the Urubamba province, near the sacred valley of the Incas. The Urubamba River flows past it, also called the Vilcanota. It cuts through this cordillera and creates a canyon that is absolutely breathtaking. Because of Machu Picchu's remote location in the mountainous cloud forest of Peru, there are only two main ways to access the site. The first and most common way is to take a train from Cusco, which drops you off in Aguas Calientes, also known as Machu Picchu Pueblo. At the base of the mountain, you can then take a bus or walk up the rest of the way. I don't recommend that. It's actually an unbelievable hike and probably the most authentic way that you can do it. The second way is you can also hike along the Inca Trail, the Salcantay Trail. There's another route from Choqquequirao. So there's a couple of different hikes that you can do to come in. The alternative route is through Santa Maria, is the least frequented way to get to Machu Picchu. However, it is the most adventurous route and is recommended for young people. It crosses the villages of Santa Maria, Santa Teresa, until arriving at the train station of Hidroelectrica. This route comes complete with a death road and some of the most beautiful hot springs in the entire country, Colcamayo. When I took a trip to Santa Teresa a few years ago, it was absolutely a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I will never go back on that road, but I would recommend that you give it a try if you are in that area. In the midst of a tropical mountain forest on the eastern slopes of the Peruvian Andes, Machu Picchu's walls, terraces, stairways, and ramps blend seamlessly into this natural setting. The site's finely crafted stonework, terraced fields, and sophisticated irrigation system bear witness to the Inca civilization's architectural, agricultural, and engineering prowess. Its central buildings are prime examples of a masonry technique mastered by the Incas in which stones were cut to fit together without mortar. Or was it Inca? Pre-Inca rock art is estimated to be between 800 and 1200 AD. This was recently discovered at the site. It is thought that the Inca recognized the significance of this site to previous cultures and began creating their wonders here. There is no evidence that the conquistadors ever attacked or even reached the mountaintop citadel. However, for this reason, some have suggested that the residents' desertion occurred because of a smallpox epidemic. It's important to remember that the Inca Empire was already severely fractured when the Spanish had arrived. A brutal civil war had existed for years before the arrival of the Spanish invaders. It is my distinguished honor to present to you our very first guest on the Ancient Andes podcast, Andrés Durand. Andrés, es un honor tenerte en nuestro podcast, hermano. Muchas gracias por estar aquí y compartir con nosotros.
Muchas gracias, Jesse. Thank you very much for the invitation. I'm so excited for this very first time podcast.
Yes, it's absolutely incredible to have you here, bro. And we are so grateful for you to join us. So thank you. Tell me, man, how are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. I'm really happy for being here and share about my knowledge and what I've been working on these years in Peru about the ancient cultures.
Yes, fantastic. Thank you, Andres. And can you tell us about yourself? What kind of projects are you working on right now?
Yes, for sure. Hey everybody, this is Andres. I'm anti-soon in the music, and um, I am a singer. I'm a singer. I'm a multi-instrumentalist of world music, musical instruments, and I'm originally sound engineer and music producer, and I've been studying the ancient musical instruments of Peru. And also, I am a CEO of the project Ancestral Spirit, which aims to share about the knowledge of especially the music, the ancient music of Peru, but also acoustics and history and Andean cosmovision of the Andean culture in general.
Fantastic. And we will post a link for all of Andres's music so that people can follow him and search for his music after they're done listening here to this podcast. Andres, where are you right now? Are you in Lima as we speak?
Yes, I'm staying at my parents' home at the moment. I've been traveling and living in Cusco and Sacred Valley. Well, after all these, let's say, crazy times with the pandemic,
Yes,
I've
yes.
been, last time I've been when the pandemic started. I got stuck in Sacred Valley, so then in Pisac, and then I decided to stay longer, and later on I stayed in Cusco for a few months. But I've been traveling around Peru, in the jungle, in Paracas, in Nazca, and right now, yes, I'm back, and so yeah, I'm so happy. I'm living a transition right now, and I'm very excited for what future will bring us.
Awesome, awesome, Andres. Tell me, brother, when was your first trip to Machu Picchu?
Oh, actually I just traveled to Machu Picchu. I was around 4 weeks ago. I think a month ago. I've been in Machu Picchu for the first time, but I've been since 5, 6 years ago. I've been traveling all around Peru. I've been especially in the ancient centers or the ancient capitals of Peru, like Chavin, mostly, and Caral. Chavin is located in the Ancash region, and Caral is located in the Lima region.
Okay, fantastic, Andres. And tell me, how was your first experience at Machu Picchu? What was the impression that you left that place with?
Whoa, I've been waiting for so long to be waited so long to be of being in Machu Picchu. Like I've been living. I moved for the first time to Cusco, and in 2018, and I've been, studying the music of Cusco. Actually, I'm actually just maybe I can correct that, because the first time I've been in Cusco it was in 2016, but I mainly was staying in the Sacred Valley, studying and sharing and pretty much living with the descendants of the Incas, which is the Barayos. They are the mayors of the communities of the Sacred Valley, which they carry this tradition of playing the pututu. Well, actually, there are also called corregidores, which are kids, which are the children who they play the pututu together with the Barayos. The mayors of the communities of the Sacred Valley, and I've been playing with them. I've been bringing pututus from Chavin, pututus from Ecuador, like Chavin used to bring pututus from Ecuador, and I've been pretty much exchanging with them. Like it was really amazing experience. I have also a video about it. That's why the project Ancestral Spirits. I was working in that period of time. That was in 2016. And then I've been pretty much staying in Sacred Valley. But if we talk about the capital of the Incas in Cusco, in the Cusco city, I moved on 2018, and I've been like waiting so long to be in Machu Picchu. You know, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go this time. I'm gonna go next month. It was like postponing, but I was always studying, you know, like how Machu Picchu or how the Inca culture ended up with this, all these techniques, talking about the music, talking about the pututus, or talking about the let's say plant medicine tradition like San Pedro.
What are these pututus? I've heard you talk about them a couple of times. I'm sure many of our listeners are not familiar with pututus. Can you explain what that is real quick, please?
Oh, yes, of course. Pututu or Huaya Kepa, like it's known in Cusco. It is a shell, a seashell. Actually, it's a trumpet. They are the ancient trumpets of the Andean culture, of the Quechua culture of South America. And these pututus, these seashells, they come from Ecuador, from the Ecuador area, because they grow there. So the Incas, they preserved this tradition of using the pututu as a trumpet for different purposes, either for ceremonies, either for just a calling, probably from a distance, and from music therapy. Like I was studying in Chavin, you know? And yes, this seashell, it's one of the most important musical instruments from Peru.
Awesome, thank you, Andres. And tell me, brother, who did you go to Machu Picchu with? Did you travel alone, or were you with friends?
Actually, I traveled with my partner, and we just visited Machu Picchu, as I said, like 5 weeks ago. And yeah, my partner is from Lithuania, but he lives in the US, or he works in the US, but we moved together to the Sacred Valley. And then we moved to Cusco, and now we are in a transition to move to Lima. I mean, coming back to Lima.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah.
Was it a busy time when you visited, or what month? So it was just 4 weeks ago, so it would have been after the busy season, correct?
Yes, exactly. I was surprised by the people who've been in Machu Picchu when I was there. There were a lot of people, like a lot of people. There are not a lot of tourists from different parts of the world like it used to be, but it was mainly tourists from Peru, from Lima, and the inside of Peru, like the other parts of Peru, for sure.
And I'm sorry to interrupt you. How did you arrive to the actual site of Machu Picchu? Did you take the bus up to the top, or did you walk?
Right. I personally prefer to walk. That's the reason why I was postponing so much to be in Machu Picchu, because I was planning to do the Inca Trail and do it all the way to the Inca Trail to Machu Picchu. And I, even before my background in Chavin, is also connecting with the Apus, the mountains. Apu means spirit of the mountain spirit in Quechua. So I used to go in the Chavin region a lot of that. Also in Cusco, I went also to Choquequirao, which is considered the second Machu Picchu. Mm-hmm. But this time I took the bus, and yeah, we took a bus, and we tried to do the easiest way this time, because it was also starting the rainy season.
Of course, very good. Yes, I visited in October of 2019. I was with my family and with my girlfriend at the time, and it was just the most incredible experience. I had waited my whole life to finally make that trip, and it was everything I